Hi all, I hope everyone is well and ready for the next instalment of the journey to M365 E5 series called Thrive with M365. Just to introduce myself again, I am Ryan Mulliner, a Microsoft Commercial Executive here at Bytes, and today we're joined again by Abbey Long, who you have met previously, and Liam Acton, who is a Customer Success Manager here at Bytes. I'll let them briefly introduce themselves before we announce the content we're covering today.
Hi everybody, so my name's Liam. I'm the Microsoft Customer Success Manager at Bytes, looking after our Fast Track program.
Hi, I'm Abbey, Microsoft Security Specialist at Bytes.
So in the way of the agenda today, we're covering what Bytes can offer, Fast Track, workshops, assessments, and also professional services available. I'll pass back to Abbey to start.
So with the sheer amount of kind of capabilities and that we have in-house, we have a lot of offerings that can assist you with the adoption and understanding of your current environment, as well as how best to move into those E5 products, etc. But just some of the ones that we're going to kind of go through today are going to be the fast track and adoption services, workshops and assessments that we can offer, and the technical implementation. If you do want to talk about any of the other pieces on here, please reach out to your account manager or any one of us, and we're more than happy to kind of go through those things with you. So passing over to Liam to discuss Fast Track.
Thank you, Abbey. So hi again, everybody. So I just wanted to take some time today to touch on Fast Track and how it may be able to help in your 365 journey. So Fast Track is a value-added service that Bytes offer as part of an endorsement from Microsoft. So Fast Track is a value-added service that Bytes offer on behalf of Microsoft. So one of 25 UK partners that are endorsed to deliver the service on behalf of Microsoft. Essentially, what Fast Track gives you access to is end-to-end deployment guidance when looking at configuring or deploying successfully applications and services that sit within your 365 licenses. So whether that be E3, E5, ENMS, we essentially can provide you with advice and guidance to make sure that you're getting that best practice, all the way through, and that you're configuring things correctly at no additional cost. In terms of who's eligible for Fast Track, it's any customer that has over 150 Microsoft licenses. So the benefits for Fast Track with Bytes are as follows. So it helps reduce costs associated with deployment and training. You get access to a dedicated customer success manager, which would be myself. So through regular cadence calls and check-ins, making sure that you are getting exactly what was expected from the Fast Track benefit. More value from your investment. So I think that's the key take home really with Fast Track. So you're already paying for your Microsoft licenses. We're here to just make sure that you're seeing true return on that investment. And it gets you, to your end destination. Hopefully, we would like to think a little bit quicker, so it accelerates that deployment and make sure that, as I said before, you are doing it to best practice. So what's covered within Fast Track? So as you can see, there are a number of workloads that sit within E3, E5, ENMS. So all of these security compliance workloads are sit within the Fast Track delivery capabilities, as well as endpoint management, modern work, unified comms. So there's a number of areas that we can touch on and make sure that you are, getting full end-to-end guidance and access to experienced Fast Track engineers. The general process would be that we would engage with you, assess your environment, make sure that any potential blockers in deploying any of the technologies you can see on screen are made aware. We're made aware of, and we know how to sort of overcome them and navigate around them. And then ultimately, through sort of almost a bit of a hand-holding experience, we would sort of steer you in the right direction and just make sure that everything is configured correctly and delivered to and deployed to Microsoft best practice. And as I said, with the end goal of being that you see more return on that investment.
Thank you, Liam. So looking at the funded workshops and that we can currently access from Microsoft to offer you guys, there is a new funded workshop called the cybersecurity investment. These are 3 different types of engagements. So one will be looking at Microsoft Sentinel. Another one is threat protection engagement. So this is more around the security within M365 E5, and also looking at the Defender products and Sentinel and how that can work with those Defender products. And then you have the data security engagement. So that is looking at the compliance piece of E5. So all around that data compliance, data protection, etc. If you do want to understand your eligibility or look into these workshops in a little bit more detail, again, reach out to any one of us or your account manager, and we can send over some flyers, look at your eligibility, see how we can help. There are some workshops that were available in the Microsoft financial year last year that are no longer being funded. But as Bytes, we are still able to offer these to our customers. So if you are interested in looking at these in a little bit more detail, reach out to us. We can kind of provide you with that information and see how they could actually help with what you're trying to achieve at the same time. We then have the CSAT assessment, which is something that Microsoft run on our behalf. But essentially it gives you an overview of exactly where your current security gaps are, what you could be implementing more of, if you were to move to E5, how your secure score would update, if you have, for example, too many global admins, have you got MFA implemented throughout your environment, all of these sorts of things. So gives you a lot of detail into what your current environment looks like. This is a fully funded assessment as well, but it just gives you that overall security roadmap kind of going forwards, and helps us better understand how we can help you. We then also have a very new assessment, which is the Zero Trust assessment, and this very much looks at the your readiness for Copilot. So not just your kind of secure score and how your environment is set up, but also is it ready to take on the likes of Copilot? Are the prerequisites there within your environment already? And what are the recommendations going forward for you to be ready for Copilot? So the reason that that is obviously going to be a really big assessment kind of going forward is Copilot is a huge focus for Bytes and for Microsoft. And I know it's a big conversation within customers at the moment. But until the product kind of comes out and is readily available for you to access and purchase, which I believe is actually going to be on the 1st of November for EA customers, we need to make sure that your environment is actually ready for you to be implementing that going forwards. So we also offer professional services with a wide range of obviously resource and technical capabilities in-house. So these include migration services for all of the M365 products, health checks, for example, in your current policies, and how your environment is currently set up with M365. The advisory piece, and another kind of big one to point out is the adoption and change management service that we offer. So this will take you through the initial understanding what your project looks like, what you want to achieve from it, how much interference you probably want from Bytes. It can be entirely tailored to you, and then what the user adoption and understanding looks like at the end.
Thanks, Abbey and Liam. We're already working on the next instalment of the series, which is going to be a deep dive into M365 E5 with one of our pre-sales consultants, Nicole. And this will be shared with you shortly, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, thank you for listening to this podcast and hope you enjoyed it. We have lots more conversations happening in our other podcasts, which are available on Spotify and Google Podcasts. Hopefully speak to you soon.